Okay. So I'll label this video "What infuriates women the most out of everything." When you really take everything down to the lowest common denominator of what infuriates women, the general woman, I'd say pretty much all women. What infuriates them the most, okay, about men, and the reason why men generally don't care. What infuriates women the most is this: we are on completely opposite timetables in life. For instance, okay, like the movie Benjamin Button, right? Benjamin Button, I don't know if you guys seen it, but that was a true depiction of generally what happens. Although it kind of showed an extreme approach, the overall theory is the same with men and women in the dating market. I don't know if you've seen it, but Benjamin Button was a movie about a guy who, Benjamin Button, he was born an old man as a baby. And as he grew younger and younger and younger and younger and younger. So, of course, like normal people, when they're babies, they're born, youthful, and then they just grow old, old, big, old, and small, old again. Whereas, okay, now, so in the movie, he obviously had a girlfriend because every American movie has, some bullshit love story tied into it for marketing purposes. But, and it pretty much played out the same as any other regular guy's life. The first 30 years of life, a man cannot get a woman to commit in any kind of way. He's always getting ghosted on the woman. The woman's just running off and leaving him because she's got better options. She like a man is just in the worst parts of life before 30, right? And then right around 30, guess what? She was aging. And the Benjamin Button character, he was starting to come down. So they were actually meeting like right in the middle. I think it was actually verbally said, we're meeting it right in the middle now because she was getting older and he was getting better. But in this form, they portrayed as him being younger. And she's like, oh, like when they finally do it, she finally had sex with him. And she says, oh, I'm an old woman now. Do you don't want to have sex with me? And because he's starting to physically be like a 20-year-old guy because he's aging backwards. But that's generally what happens. This is what women despise about men is that, see, while they start off on the high note, like, see, they start off the first 25 years of life being wanted. Like when I said in the previous video, men, we the first 25 or 30 years of our life is just awful. It's just awful. In the first 25, 30 years of our life, women, we can't get a woman to text back half the time. If she texts, it's because she wants something. She's not going to be committed. She's always going to be like she's always going to have more options. This is what it's going to come down to. But in the first 25, 30 years of life for a woman, she will have more options than you will have. Period. Period. She'll have more options in different tax brackets than you'll have, and different earning potentials. And she'll have the potential to go up just because of what she is. You see, and we as guys in these age brackets, we can't keep up with these women. I mean, sure, you'll stumble in on a girlfriend here and there. I get you'll stumble in on one, from time to time. But for the most part, like, you are not wanted. Men, you are not wanted. And see, and this goes back to what I say in other videos. See, as long as a woman is winning, you don't hear any bad come out of her mouth. You don't hear any. There's no such thing as feminist problems or lookisms or sexism. As long as that individual woman is winning and she's beautiful and she's winning as a woman, she can care less about any problem in the world. You see, this is when feminist comes up. Is when that woman fell off. Because see, when she was winning, she couldn't spell feminism. Guarantee you. You asked 45 playmates how to spell feminism. Is there an X in there somewhere? Sounds like there's a Z somewhere in feminist. They don't care. See, this is why it's so funny, and this is why men treat women like shit after 30. Because see, once we start to get it and start to see what's actually happening, you see, the women after 30, they don't have any more. Their options are very limited now compared to what they were. They still have a lot of options, but they've gone down significantly, especially in the quality of man that they can get. So, and this is why they despise men. This is why every woman grows to hate men, is because the woman loses the amount of options that the man had. You see, because women don't hate men when women are still young and youthful and beautiful. How many times have you heard of a young, beautiful woman hating a man, hating men? You don't hear it. You will never hear it, because this is the mentality of a woman's brain. As long as she's winning, she doesn't care about anything else on the planet. And when she's winning is win. When she's 16 or 25 and she's young and beautiful, she won't care about anything else on the planet. Nothing. The state of Texas can burn down in 2 hours. It could be on fire right now and be slated to be completely burned down in 2 hours. The young, beautiful girls, they don't give a fuck about Texas. They look cute. That's all that matters. You see what I'm saying? See, now some old, fat, beat up hoe, she'll care about Texas. You see, she'll care about the starving kids in Africa now that she's old, fat, fucked up, and beat up. Yeah, because she's not winning anymore. You see, this is how it plays out. This is what infuriates women. It will inevitably infuriate every woman on the planet, because everything that they were naturally used to being welcomed into in life, everything that they were naturally used to just getting simply because they were what they were in existence on the planet, will slowly diminish. At best, slowly diminish. You see, this is, and while it's diminishing, they're watching it grow for us. They're slowly watching us getting better. All the things are coming together. Everything's starting to come together for us. And this is because nothing infuriates a woman more than to see someone else with something better than what she already has. That there's nothing that infuriates a woman more, because this is the link that their brains have been programmed to even think. For most of them, they just can't. They don't. Now there are anomalies. I will say this: there are anomalies. There will be an anomaly here or there who, for whatever reason, drift off the usual path. But most women usually are followers. They follow down a certain path. And this is the path that most of them will go down in time. It may not happen immediately at 30, immediately at 31, immediately at 32. It might take till 35, 36. But see, sooner or later, everything that they are used to having inevitably falls off. And this infuriates them to no end, to the point where like the rest of their days are spent in pretty much in agony, covered up with a fake smile. That's what it is. I don't care if it's the woman who her husband, they got divorced at 45 because the kids are grown now, and she even remarried a guy. Okay, this woman must live the rest of her life looking at any and every billboard, TV show, magazine, movie of women prettier than her and what she used to be, and watching how men treat that. You see, this is what infuriates them, because that's it. This is what infuriates them. They will never get it back. And like Eminem said, was it that rapper dude he embarrassed? This is it, as big as you're gonna get. So enjoy it. When you 16 to 25 and a woman, that's the line you should just apply to all those women. This is it, as big as you're gonna get. So enjoy it. Like that's it. And after that, it's just a never ending. See, they have to live out the rest of their lives how we started out. You see, but and the funny part is they never thought that they would have to stoop that low in life, because they were born so high up. You see, and I don't care if it, and I'm not only talking about the beautiful model types either. I'm not talking about the Emma Watsons and all them. I'm talking about like even the old ugly fat bitches that started out fat and fucked up. You see, they were used to someone always wanting them because of what they were in those young years. You see, but see, nobody wants an old ugly fucked up bitch. People will work with a young, ugly, fucked up bitch just because she's young. They'll deal with it, but nobody wants an old, fucked up bitch. Like nobody wants an old bitch. Nobody wants that shit. And like I said, this is what infuriates them. This is because they are destined to end life how we started it. And now And then other things make them mad because see now they're starting to see why we were the way we were. You see, the weird part about it is, and I don't know how I came to this conclusion, but I seen it. A 19-year-old guy is the equivalent of a 30-year-old woman, meaning both of these are so desperate for the opposite sex, it's almost sickening. Both sides have not much to offer the other side. Let's say like a 30-year-old woman. I mean, what does she really have to offer a 30-year-old man? Nothing but nagging and angry problems and resentment. What does a 19-year-old boy have to offer a woman? Just wants to have sex all the time, and he doesn't have anything else to really offer. So like a 19-year-old guy and a 30-year-old woman. I'd say a 19-year-old guy is the equivalent of a woman over 28. Any woman over 28 is about the equivalent of a guy underneath, I'd say 25 on average. Both sides, they have because we're on completely different sides of the timetables. Both sides have nothing to offer, but their mind, they think they do. Because, to a guy, it's right because he plays a lot of PlayStation or something like that. And to the girl, because she has a career. And the opposite sides don't find that attractive. But they think it is. They think it's attractive to the other side. Like when I was 19, I just played a lot of PlayStation, worked some, bullshit job, and drove some little random car. So I thought I was the shit. And it's just like with a woman. When a woman, she's 28 and above, if she got her little career and a little apartment or something, maybe a house, something like that. Oh, she thinks that men are crazy about her. And men don't care about none of that from her. Just like women don't care about PlayStation and some little bullshit job from a 19-year-old. It's like I said, these two, they're two in the same. And they're two in the same from the opposite ends of the time frame. Like it's the Benjamin Button thing. So when Benjamin Button, when he was like the equivalent of a 45-year-old, it was like dealing with the girl he was in love with who was 45. Like she ain't got nothing. She don't have anything to offer him. She's old now. She's wrinkly. She's fucked up. She's jaded. She's bitter. She's mad at the world. Never got married. Never had kids. She's fucking useless. You see what I'm saying? That's just the point. When they get above 25, there was a guy I was listening to, and he made this completely, and it was a completely true statement. Once they get over 28, you never want to have to deal with them ever. If there's a way you can get away from them, you get away from them because there's no good. There's not much good that can come out of hanging out with them too long because they're going to be mad because they're old and forgotten. Okay, they're old, forgotten, and they're trying to find some desperate fool that they think they can keep around. That's the sole purpose of their existence. Either that or still hope they can get back with that ex-husband who left them 10 years ago. I'm telling you, it's one you never want to have to deal with a woman over 28. I say 26, but most men they'll say 28, 30. A good base term is 28, 30. I say 20. Once they get over that, they're fucking useless. Just like guys, and I agree with Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez had a statement, even if she's an old bitch, but she's one of those kind of like borderline hot Spanish girls, so she makes a cut. But Jennifer Lopez had a statement, and I agree with her 1,000%. And guys hated it, but I thought she was right on the money. She said, men are useless until they're 30. I agree with her 1,000,000%. I think she's right because I was useless before I was 30. I was completely useless before 30. Even with we just don't grow until we're 30. And most women, they're useless after 30. There's no point to keeping them around. You see, there is the only growth you can have with a woman over those ages is pretty much growth into trying to give her what she thought she always wanted while she resents you for it. That's about the only growth you can get with a woman over 28. Okay. Any good thing that was going to happen to her is long gone. Okay. Everything after that is just full of her being, on average, like I said, there are anomalies, but in most cases, she's just going to be a resentful bat. That's what she's going to be a resentful bat with whoever she ends up with, because whatever you're going to do, it's never going to be good enough as the guy she had when she was 23. It's never going to be. It's never going to fulfill the dream because see, part of the dream that these women want is okay. Part of the dream of having the perfect guy they want is for them to be the perfect version of them that they once were. And they'll never get to be that ever again. So with that being said, they're forever trying to fulfill a prophecy that can never, ever be fulfilled. You see, when they're imagining themselves on this perfect dinner date with this perfect guy who has a picnic and puts the fucking cloth over the grass and the perfect picnic baskets, and she's in this perfect picnic dress. What she's also imagining in that was when she used to be perfect 15 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And the reason, and that fuels another reason why they're infuriated for the rest of their lives is because see, now they have to deal with what they've actually done to their bodies. Eating McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, drinking beers and liquors and having sex with a bunch of guys and doing drugs. Now her body's just pudding on a stick, pretty much. Just droop poop on a stick. But everything else is perfect, but she's just fat, disgusting slob with everything's perfect. See, there is so much just combating a woman once she's fallen off. I'm telling you, there is no reason for any man with any self-esteem to go anywhere near that. Ever. There's no, unless like a family member and you just love a family member, or like I said, there are anomalies who like they genuinely have great personalities to talk to, and you can and you'll drive across the United States with them. There are anomalies, but for the most cases, they are just not fucking worth it. They are just completely useless. Just like the 19-year-old guy. He's only good for sex, just like the 30-year-old woman. She's only good for sex. After that, there's nothing you can really do with her. That's it. And this is what infuriates women is because on the flip side, the 19-year-old guy can grow out of this. You see what I'm saying? The women, they grow into this. You see, there's no growing out. There's no growing. It's like they know it. They know it's the end. Like Dr. Strange said in Avengers, this is the end game now. Like, yeah, it's the end game. It's over. There is no way. Like, this is coming to an end, bro. Like, this is why women are infuriated once, pretty much after 30. I say safe bet after 30 on average. They will never get to that perfection ever again. Ever again. And then on top of that, all the past thoughts creep back in their head of how they dogged men out, how they never called them back, and what they would do for that guy now if they had a guy like anywhere near the guy that they dogged out 10 years ago, if he came back now. I wonder if he's married. Even if he ain't married, he don't want you. All right, we think he's crazy. All right. It's a sad revolution. But no, that is why women are infuriated, because they inevitably will lose at everything that they were winning at, and they will never win again. That's why they're infuriated. And I don't care what fake smile they got. Hey, no, they're infuriated because they will never, ever reach their prime, no matter what they do ever again. Men can. All we got to do is just decide we want to go do something, and then within a month, we'll go and do it. Women, no, it's over. It's done. And it infuriates them to no end.